I have been awake today since 5:30 in the morning. There's too many earlies, everyone. I don't feel like a real person right now. Well, actually I do now, because now I have coffee in me. But it is incredible to me how much you can accomplish in one day when you wake up that early. I can see why people are really drawn to doing that. I should probably try and do that more often. No, I'm not gonna do that. But seriously though, I actually may try and do this a little bit more often. Maybe not 5:30 in the morning, but it is incredible how much you get done, and I'm not as tired as I thought it would be, which is surprising. Although my under eye circles probably beg to differ. Besides, you can really do anything with 5 gallons of coffee in you. Hello everyone, I'm here today with another round of buy or buy. And today's brand is Too Faced, and I got a ton of requests from you guys to talk about this brand a little bit more and share some of my favorite products, my least favorite products, ones that I think are definitely worth the hype, worth the buy, and ones that maybe just aren't. If you guys have any requests for future buy or buys, leave them in the comment section down below, whether they're specific products or a new launch or a brand or anything like that. I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. And for the rest of the springtime, maybe summertime, we're doing an extra video every Friday as well, a first impression Friday talking about new launches that are happening. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So for those of you that are new to my buy or buys, I usually rate everything on an emoji scale. So I choose a specific emoji and I kind of rate it out of 5 emojis. So today I think I'm gonna do the crown emoji because I feel like Too Faced is just very fancy. It's very frilly and feminine and girly and just very over the top. And so 5 crowns out of 5 crowns is like a really fancy, like Queen Elizabeth kind of a crown, and then like 1 is maybe, you know, the paper crowns that you get at the dollar store. Though I have to say right from the start that I have tested out a whole bunch of products by Too Faced, from their mascaras, primers, foundations, eyeshadows, everything, and nothing really is an epically bad product. Like, there are no paper crowns in this mix at all, which is great. The brand is great. They have worked really hard on their products, and they've put out products that for the most part are really good quality. There are some products though that I feel personally have not worked as well for me versus others. They are not my favorites. They're products that just miss the mark on certain areas for me personally, and they're products that I absolutely love. So I kind of want to share both of those with you guys. So I'm going to start with the ones that are the 5 out of 5 or maybe 4 out of 5 crowns. They're ones that are just incredible, like think bedazzled and bejeweled, super amazing tiara. Like the tiara you imagined that you would wear when you grew up, when you were a princess. Or was that just me? I figured I was just gonna grow up and be Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So the first product I want to share with you guys, if you have watched my videos for a while, you probably already know what it is, and it is the melted lipsticks. Yeah, I know. I feel like I talk about these at least once a month. These are some of my absolute favorite shades, which I'll get to in a minute. But first, I kind of want to share with you guys about the line of lipsticks and why I like them so much. So first of all, the consistency is very much like a melted down lipstick. It is not super long wearing, but it is like a liquefied, super pigmented and saturated, bold lip color. According to the website, they talk about it having the shine of a gloss, the lasting power of a stain, and the saturation and pigmentation of a liquid lipstick. Now, I would say that they're not as long wearing, or at least some of them are more long wearing than others. So for example, one of my favorites, this is Chihuahua. This one has a lot more staying power than say this one, which is Melted Jelly Donut. That's the one I have on my lips right now. It's not super long wearing, but it does leave a little bit of a stain on your lips. It doesn't peel off the way that like a liquid lipstick would, for example, in some cases. They have a nice applicator. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this applicator, but I really, really like it and the way that it applies to the lips. You can get into those like little corners and really get a nice cut line, which is really pretty. And yeah, so some of my favorites, I have Melted Berry, which is a beautiful berry shade, great for the fall time. Melted Strawberry, which is, for me, this is like a spring summer red. It is more on the warm tone, and it's just very bright and happy, and I love this color. A newer one to my collection is the Jelly Donut, which is this bright, vibrant fuchsia, which you guys know I'm already like, I'm obsessed with these tones in general, so this was like an automatic inclusion in my collection. And this one is Chihuahua, which is a lovely mauvey nude tone, great for every day. And this is one of their little minis because I actually included it in a beauty box collaboration I did last year. And so these were some of the little mini ones. I had a couple of them scattered around. Most of them are sitting in like my purse, the front hall, because I need them anytime I go out. But yeah, in general, in love with this line of lip products. And since we're already talking about lipsticks, I might as well mention another one that I really like, which are the melted matte lipsticks. Very, very similar to the melted ones, except they are matte in formula. These are very much like the melted lipsticks in that they glide on with a smooth, creamy color, but they dry down to this beautiful opaque matte finish. I find them to be really comfortable on the lips all day. I wouldn't say they are my most long wearing lipstick, but they're definitely more long wearing than most. I think because they also have that matte formulation, so they dry down really nicely. Some of my favorites, and you guys, if you've watched one of my previous videos, I broke my absolute favorite one, so I still have to go and buy it. But my favorite is Queen Bee, which is a cool mauve tone nude. Oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. I'll try and find a video where I'm wearing it, and I will link it down below for you guys in case you're interested in seeing how it looks on the lips. Another one that is in the nude family is Cool Girl. I feel like this is the warmer version of Queen Bee. Also really pretty, though I find it looks best if I have a bit of a tan on my face first. Otherwise it's like a little bit too orange. Other shades that I love It's Happening, because look at it. Bright fuchsia, gorgeous. And this is one of their minis, which is part of one of their Christmas sets. This is in the shade Lady Balls, which is a bright, bright red, but it is very, very flattering shade. Again, I love the whole formula. It is an incredible product. Highly recommend. Another product that I really love on occasion, I don't use this every day, but when I do, it is my go-to for specific looks, and it is their Glitter Glue Shadow Insurance. I love this stuff in particular when I have like a lot of glitter on the lids, or I want something more iridescent and sparkly, and I don't want like all the glitter to end up under my eyes. This isn't something I necessarily use every day, but when I'm trying to do a glittery eye or something that just has a little bit more sparkle, where I really want that sparkle to pop, this is the kind of product I go for, and one of my favorites. There's another one by Sephora, which is also really good, but I think they discontinued it, which is unfortunate. This one is also really, really good. This isn't something I use every day. I kind of stick to it only for those really sparkly looks, because I find that that's where I'm gonna get the most payoff for using it. But if you really like glitter shadows, if you love wearing really bright, bold looks, and you really want that color to pop, this is a great product. Definitely check it out. Next up are some blushes, and these are the Love Flush blushes. Try saying that 5 times fast. Love Flush blushes, Love Flush, no, I can't do it. Now, normally I don't have a lot of issues with many blushes. There are a few that are really streaky or difficult to blend out on the skin. These ones I wanted to mention in particular, A, for all of my pale girls, because there's a specific color I want to mention, and B, or 2, I guess in this case, for anyone with oily skin, because these are supposed to last on your skin for up to 16 hours. I don't have a lot of oiliness on my cheeks, and I find like makeup tends to stay put in that area, but these ones even more so. The color just seems to stay put for longer and just looks more flushed and beautiful for by the end of the day. You know how like by the end of the day you don't really see blush on your face anymore? These ones I still do. So if you do experience oily skin and you're looking for something that's just gonna stay put a little bit better, especially with the summer months coming up, this might be something to check out. And then also for anyone who has paler skin, I highly recommend checking out Baby Love. It is this shade right here, and you see it in pan, and it's like, it doesn't look super over the top or anything fancy or whatever, but when you put it on the skin, it just gives this most natural, beautiful flush to the skin. It has a hint of shimmer to it. It is super flattering and easy to wear. I know when I don't have any self-tanner on my skin, a lot of blushes they're rendered useless in my collection because I just look like a clown. It just doesn't blend out well. This one does. It is just a beautiful, very flattering shade that works well when I have paler skin. Another product I've really been enjoying is their eyeshadow palette, in specific, the Sweet Peach palette. I talked about this in my review. I was kind of comparing and contrasting against the Kylie Jenner palette, and I really like this one. A, there are a lot of colors here, a lot of selection, so you're getting a lot of variety for your money. The other thing, that the scent is really nice. Not gonna lie, I do enjoy it. Although it does get overpowering after a while, so I kind of have to use like a separate mirror. I can't use this one because it's just too close to the scent. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's enough. But there is a good mix of matte and shimmer shades. At first I wasn't a big fan of the glitters, but when I'm wearing them with the Shadow Insurance, it makes a huge difference. The color really pops, and it brings all that sparkle to the forefront without it kind of falling underneath the eyes, which is great. And if you really like warm, neutral shades with little pops of color here and there, this is a great palette. Lots of variety. variety. The colors are beautiful, the pigmentation is beautiful, and I also like that they're nice and buttery. Even these nice light shades here are really nice. There's a couple of transition shades which are beautiful. One's for a little pop of color on the lid. You can do something bright, you can do something bold, you can do something more neutral and subtle. Just a lot of options in this palette, and so that's why I really like it. And lastly is their Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is in milk chocolate, and this is actually the old packaging. They have much fancier new packaging. It's very pretty. This one is in milk chocolate, which is their lighter tone. They have milk chocolate, and then dark chocolate for a variety of different skin tones, which is really great that they have some variety. I like this one in particular for my skin tone because I find it's not too orange. So even when I'm on the paler side, it's still going to blend out smoothly and it's going to look more brown, like bronzy than orange, which is kind of the look I'm going for. Not so much an Oompa Loompa. I like the scent, which is kind of chocolatey, hence the name, and overall it's a really, really good bronzer. Now onto some products that are not my favorites. They're not bad products in any way, but they're just not the ones that I would gravitate towards amongst all of the products from Too Faced. So think of it as kind of like 2.5 to 3 crowns, so kind of like a toddlers and tiaras crown. Like, it's really pretty and like frilly and fancy, and I mean, I'll take it, it's a crown, but like it's not like Queen Elizabeth crown. So first we're gonna talk about a mascara, and this is the Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. I really like the original. I think it's a great mascara, but this one I just wasn't as big of a fan of. I did a test between this one and the Urban Decay, I think it's called their Cannonball mascara, and I tested them out in the pool, and I wanted to see kind of which one worked better. I'll link the video in case you want to see the other products I talked about to see which ones were waterproof. And this one, in just the side-by-side comparison, this one was a little bit clumpier. It had a tiny bit of flaking after swimming. It wasn't like a ton. It was still a good mascara. I think it just wasn't my favorite amongst all the other products. Next up is an eyeshadow palette, and for the most part I really like all of the Too Faced eyeshadows. I think they're all really great. This one though I wasn't as big of a fan of, and this is the White Chocolate Chip palette. And I like the idea in theory. I like the idea of having like a little travel size container, something that's very small and compact, but you do get a lot of variety in there. There's a full mirror in here, all good things. Just for whatever reason, when I was applying these, just some of the shades were a little bit more patchy than others, and they're very soft shadows, so there was a lot more fallout than some of the other shadows that I've tried by them. So if you're interested in some eyeshadows from Too Faced, I wouldn't so much recommend this one. I don't find it to be the best one of all the ones that they have, and I don't know, it was just a miss for me. And lastly is the Sweet Peach Glow palette, and I actually talked about this a little bit in Sephora haul and then Sephora haul update, and a lot of you guys really like this palette and it worked really well for you, which is awesome. For me, it just did not work the way I expected it to. The blush was nice. It's nice and it has this little bit of a golden iridescence to it, which is really, really pretty. The bronzer didn't really show up on my face that much, but it was fine, I guess. And then the highlight, I swatched on my hand. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be gorgeous. And then I tried to put it on my cheeks and like nothing. It was just, there was no pigmentation. I tried layering it and it just did not work well compared to some of the other palettes that I have. And yeah, I don't know, this just wasn't one of my favorite products. I was a little bit disappointed with the highlight and the bronzer, and quite honestly, for the blush, I really like the Love Flushes a lot better. And even like the Sweet Peach, I think it's called the Papa Don't Peach one, this one, gorgeous. So if you're looking for a specific blush, I'd much prefer those ones. And this one, yeah, is just a bit of a miss for me. And that is everything for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it and found it helpful, and leave me a comment down below with your favorite and least favorite maybe Too Faced products. I would love to hear from you guys. If you have any requests for future buys, specific brands, launches, products, anything like that, leave them in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and also for the time being, also Friday. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful week so far, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Love you girls. Mwah.